Oh my goodness, they're all in here.
You want some coffee?
I do.
Let's go get some. I'm gonna take a break.
Our goal today, I'm gonna try and set the camera back and get the whole thing. We have our tree over here. I'm gonna be standing down at this other one. I've already got everything. I'll tell them that when we get over there. Do what, baby? I'm just gonna get the come along tight. I don't either. Guess there's a few other things we can do. See, when we get the bad storms, I always pull the truck up here. I park it right there. That tree's sturdy, and I don't worry about these trees. You know, they'd probably damage it, but last storm we had, these grapevines or muscadine vines were cut off and they were way up. During the last storm, the wind just took these and they just beat the hell out of the side of the truck. It's terrible. So I'm going to see if I can't pull these down. I've been trying to pull these down for about 3 or 4 years now. And just wait up there. Oh, there we go. That broke off anyways. This looks like a little bit of the top right here. You know, right before a storm, I know we got a lot of rain coming. Wind might be up a little bit, but I feel it's pretty safe to burn today. Even the wind we have is high in the air. It's not pretty much on the ground. Feels like a normal spring to me. This one here looks like it might be easier. It's coming. And it broke off there too, but it got the whole top. Let's see if we can get this one or if it's still attached. I'm hoping next week we can start cutting a few trees down, because we're going to cut these 3 down. Oak trees definitely stay. Probably cut. We'll probably just, if it's a sweet gum tree other than the one that Jennifer loves as her own, probably going to cut them all down. Definitely leaving the dogwoods. Since we've gotten this cleared out and they get just a little bit more sun, they've done wonderful. With this next storm coming and all the pollen, it's had some water get on it, but we're going to see if we can't get it dry just enough so we can fold it and put it in the temporary tool shed. There's a lot of this stuff that's laying on the ground from other storms and whatnot that's just way too big for the mulcher. So we're going to use that to burn here. We have some of our trash and all of that, so we like to incinerate everything really well so we can just take the ashes off. You know, there are times when, you know, you have to burn your brush and storm damage. But, you know, always take care that you know the weather conditions of that day. If it's really dry, you don't want to burn. Today's a day, it's kind of iffy. It's sort of dry. Ground's a little damp, but not wet. Our winds are a little higher than I'd like, but because, you know, the ground's fine. And make sure you don't need a permit in your area. Where I live, burning garden debris or, you know, brush piles, unless they're so big, you don't have to have a permit. And another thing, we have a water hose right there, and it reaches up here, so if anything was to happen, quickly we could get our garden hose up this way. But just practice some fire safety. Like I did a ring around this before we even got started so the leaves didn't catch. We've done that before by accident where the leaves caught, and thankfully we had the garden hose and we could put it all out. But yeah, this fire's caught back up good. There's a stump in here that's surrounded by dirt. I'm trying to get that stump to burn out. I didn't realize how long that was going to take, so I may just try and get a water blaster to do the other stumps. Whew. Woo! Well, we're not adding any more. It's starting to get too windy now. So we're going to let this die down and probably call it an evening after this dies down. I guess we got to do the maintenance around the fire. God, dog, that's warm. Lord. Whew. Now, is it burning over on the part that I want to burn? Not really. I guess I do have to add a little bit more wood. We may end up being out here all night. I'm going to keep trying to do this till I can get it to burn down to mostly ash. You can get your fire hot enough and keep watching it come out about every hour or so. Once you get it to a certain, you know, heat and just keep pushing it towards the center, by morning, you know, you'll end up with just a pile of dust. Yeah, see, none of this backside over here burned at all, so I've got to try and get more over to this side to make it burn. We'll just pull debris from this side. There should be ample. I'll leave this as it's going now. Come back out in a little bit. Well, that last video was something else. That tree just would not come down. There's a good bit of it that seems to be caught, And I'm just not comfortable taking my chainsaw going under there and nudging it the way it's sitting. So I'm going to try and pull some reverse force on it. We're supposed to get some thunderstorms this afternoon. Maybe I'll get lucky. And with the bottom being held tight and the top moving, it'll crack enough that I can break it later. So let's go give this a few cranks. Oh well. See now, and the way this is sitting here, it's like almost over top of me. You can see it's caught. There's a branch here that it's caught on, a branch up there that it's caught on. It's going to tear this tree all up when this comes down. But it looks like it broke that branch there when it fell, so we'll see how this works. Wish I could get it just a little bit tighter. So I think this ratchet strap's going to work perfect. And if I can get a little extra cash this month, I'm going to try and get another camera that I can have up on me so you can really see what I'm seeing as I'm working. But let's go ahead and give this a shot. It's either going to be a good idea or the worst idea I've ever had. If I can give myself 2 or 3 more cranks, I'll be happy. There we go. That moved it up another foot. So, yeah, that little exercise was worth it. We gave ourselves another 12 inches of pulling. When you only have 5 feet to pull with, that makes a huge difference. Well, this one's a little bit scary and dangerous, but we got it. I might have to stand on this side, guys. The only other thing I can think to do is I guess I'll get some diesel, put in there and see if we can't burn it. Because right now it's not doing anything. It's a couple little cracks. I'm afraid with this tension, man, if this comes just pulling through there too, it's going to be a pain. I'm not going to be able to move fast enough. I mean, the distance may give me, it may lose tension before it gets to me, but it's still going to hurt if it hits me. It's cracking. We'll give it one more and go work on a few more things around here today. I think we're going to have good luck when we come back. That really has that pulled hard and tight. We're going to leave the tension on it. We're going to go do something else for a little bit, and then we're going to come pull on it some more. with all the storms we've been having here lately, we'll go down here and see if our string's still up on the fence row. Probably going to go with 4x4s as my fence posts. It'll let me build onto a few of them, and believe it or not, a 4x4 is cheaper than a fence post today. So that's unbelievable. But you see, spring's coming. Everything is getting kind of grown up. So we're going to have to try our best to get down in here, cut the bigger stuff, run it with the bush hog, just to keep this down. I don't want any snake issues. And we've been having some voles and mice, little rodents around here. And that's just the making for a snaking. Well, that's on the ground over there, so I got some slack in it. So we may just go on the back side of this tree. Maybe I don't have to cut this down right away. There's definitely something laying on this string on up the way some, but we'll find out what that is in a bit. But I'm telling you, is it just me, or does it seem like every week we're having a storm of the century? A once-in-a-generation storm. The only thing is, we've had the same storm 3 or 4 times in my generation already, so it's just getting crazy. Now, how I like to tie this off, and if you're ever running your own string, sometimes the easiest thing to do is to just cut the string, move it around an object. But on one end, I just tie a loop. Such a fine loop it is. And now that we got our loop, we'll get our other piece of string. Feed it around the backside like we needed to. And then I just put that through the string, and now I have, like, you know, I can pull, give myself tension. We're not going to put a lot of tension because I know we have it on the ground back here some. And our goal here is to get this straight so we can start getting some fence posts in. My favorite knot to tie is a half hitch. You know, you just pull it out. But most people, not most people, but most of the time, pull out. But most of the time, something will come along and snag it and pull it, and I lose it anyways. But here we go. So we got some tension here. And if you'll look on down, I mean, ooh, this tree right here, that tree might be a nipper. We'll see. And if I need to, I'll probably go down, knock on the neighbor's door, and we'll see if we can get permission to maybe cut some of these trees that are like right on the line down. I wholeheartedly believe that if it is a pine tree, that this neighbor here that lives down there, they don't like the pine trees that much. Can't say that I blame them. So we're walking this. Why we don't like pine trees? I felt like I heard somebody out there say that. I love pine trees, don't get me wrong. I think they're pretty. The only problem with a pine tree is there are times during the year, like spring, when we get all these winds, and you know, it's like, look how twisted that tree is. That was from a tornado that came through here. I'm going to say it was probably 25, 30 years ago. Ooh. We're just going to cut that tree down there. We're just going to cut it down. Gotta cut those pieces there down. See, and then we come back. Everything still looks pretty good. It's this one tree back here. And it's grown so large now that I'm gonna have to, guess I'm just gonna have to try and do some math. That's a sweet gum tree. It wouldn't hurt my feelings to lose it. I'm gonna have to set a laser up right here, because it is about dead center of this tree. Yeah, it is. It's about dead. See, and that would get tacked right there. Yeah, that would get tacked about right there. I don't want to take that tree down. That's too big and we're too close to houses. But there's so much garbage and debris in here. I think we'll probably spend the rest of the evening over here just gathering up and making a pile. But you can see clear as day right here that this was a road. And now it's just a wash. That explains why they get so much water down there. But if you look at the neighbor above me, that explains why I get so much water running across it. But no, our fence row looks like it's going to be pretty good. Like I said, man, it's perfectly straight to that tree now. I'll straighten this out a whole lot more. We're not going to do that tonight because Jennifer's in doing some recording for her videos. I hope you all go and check those out. And once you check those out, come on back and see if we got some more homestead videos. Well, that's that ditch still. No change in it. And with the rain, I wanted to leave it open until the rain. I'll probably fill it in this weekend. But with the rain, I thought, well, maybe it'll fill up with water. Maybe it is a spring. Maybe it's some type of runoff. But nope, nothing good happened. Yeah, you notice everything's filling in so much more. And what happens is it'll get really bushy around here, leaves, and you don't see what's going on around you. We're kind of feeling isolated all summer. And then come fall, when the leaves are gone, you see what other new neighbors just moved in. Seems to be how it works. Like I said, we're not burning this here. We're going to see how much of this we can grind. But if I can get this side here cleaned up and cut with the bush hog, we'll start spraying. So what, baby? Sometimes it gets rough for food on the homestead. You got to do what you can and fish in the yard if necessary.
Let me show you. I'm going to DIY this and show you how to do this. Okay. Here. Right here. Let me put my finger. Right here is a hole. See the hole? Okay. See, now we have this little piece of straw right here, you see it goes down into the hole. Inside these holes are little worms, like grub worms.
Here, let me set this up and make it easier for you.
Okay, look, see how it's pushing that out? No, you got to show that process. See
Well,
how it's pushing it out? See how that's pushing it out?
Yes.
Okay, and what you got to do is try to catch it. It's like catching a fish. When it's got a hold of the end of the straw, and watch it. See it moving? Because it don't want that in the hole. You see? So I got to catch it. I've caught a lot of them before. I got to find a stronger straw. You see I'm pushing that out? He's a big, ugly grub, green looking worm. And it's hard to catch him. It does take skill. Now, since I was a kid, as long as I can remember, I see these holes, and sometimes they look like ant holes. When you stick a little thread down in there, if it only goes down just a little bit, it's just an ant hole. If it goes down really deep like that, it's a grub worm. See? Now watch. I'm gonna go down here again. That's his home, and it don't want that stick in there. Now watch. See it pushing it out? It's a timing thing you gotta know. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it. He doesn't like it though, he keeps pushing it out. See if I can get it. You see it's biting. You see it's moving the stick. It'll move it back and forth like this. And then you gotta catch it and pull it up through the hole. It's like, I guess it's like fly fishing. You gotta be able to catch it. And it takes skill to get this little booger out of the hole. See, I'm making them mad, poking on. But this is something I've always loved doing since I was a kid. You see how it's pushing out there? It's because it's a matter of skill. It's you against the grub worm. See where he's eating the end of that? Can you get it out? Let's leave it there and see if he pushes, he comes to the edge. Think he'll push it out?
They will after a while.
Get it back down in there. Okay, here we go. Pushing it up.
It'll have a sharp rise up.
Like that. Here, I'm gonna leave that one in there. Like I said, if I can't catch it, I'm just gonna, he'll push it up. He might come to the top to push it out. I don't know. But those are little holes. Ant lions, I think.
You might have stabbed him when you put it down in there, because I think they moved again. There hasn't been much more movement since we stepped away from it. So we're gonna go over and give it a few more cranks. See if we can make something happen. But while I have you here, I'm gonna show you. So this is what's left of our burn pile. We got all that down, we'll fill it up again, but if you do it right, the ground gets a little black in the area, of course, from the ash, but you know, ash is 100% clean. So we'll rake up some of the ashes, probably get them to wherever we have some flowers, or I'll get them down to the chickens and let the chickens use them as kind of like diatomaceous earth. This tension's been holding on here so long. I'm hoping we might get lucky. It's not gonna be pretty. But I still have another 3 or 4 feet of pull, provided, you know, it's not too tense. And my chain just loosened. Oh. Well, we have it off the stump. So I guess that's something, huh?